Hey there, beautiful yogi. This is a restore, or also known as a yin yoga class, around the stomach and the spleen meridian. So they're paired meridians, and one's yin and one's yang. And as we know, there's always a balance of yin and yang. So with the postures today, they will balance each other out, either alternating with one targeting the spleen and then one targeting the stomach. But that you don't really need to worry about all of that. Essentially, both of these meridians are associated with digestion and the flow of nutrients in the body, and also the mental state. So when unbalanced, it can manifest as excessive worry or anxiety. It can also come up as digestion problems such as bloating or just not eliminating properly. So if that is something that has been challenging you at the moment or for a long time, bring that into your practice to have the intention of improving digestion, and not just physically but mental digestion and assimilation. So let's come into our first posture of wide-kneed child's pose. So bring the big toes to touch and the knees wide, and then come to lie down, forehead down, and find your stillness. As you connect with the posture and finding what feels right for your body right now and right here, just allow yourself to start to connect with your breath awareness. Maybe even feeling your abdomen gently glide along the top of the thighs. And as you exhale, you feel the navel pull in towards the back of the body. A gentle opening for the inner thighs. And really allow your hips and your pelvis to relax back towards your heels. Hands relaxed. Head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. Reducing excessive worry or anxiety. Cleansing, opening the chi in the stomach and the spleen meridians. The spleen meridian, it runs on the inside of the foot, the inner shin. It comes to the outside of the chest and up near the throat. And the yin meridian always runs upward. And the balancing yang stomach meridian runs downward from the nose to the chest and to the front side of the leg. Start to walk your hands in towards you, being gentle and kind with your body. Come up to all fours where the knees are underneath the hips and the wrists are underneath the shoulders. And step your left foot between your hands. So if already here you're feeling like it's a bit of a stretch to have the hands connected to the mat, use blocks or come onto your fists. And now we come into twisted dragon posture. So bend the back leg and you may place padding underneath your right knee. If you can't turn around and take hold of your right foot with your left hand, use your strap. And when you get there, eyes closed down, just coming onto my fist, my right hand. And feel as though you can sink the hips down a little bit lower. Trying to be as passive as you can muscularly in the body. And opening the chest, the front side of the left shoulder. And any kind of twisting in the body is really a great tool to improve digestion. If at any point this gets too much, you can always release the leg and take a break. Never feel like you have to push through. But I also do encourage you to challenge yourself to just be with the discomfort and know that it will pass. Now release the back leg, really nice and slowly. Don't come out of the posture with the left knee bent. And now just come into a dragon posture, or what looks like a lunge. You may wish to come onto your fists here or your blocks. Eyes closed down, back leg is relaxed, and the hips sinking down a little further. Getting into the front side of your right leg. Feeling an openness in your chest and your collarbones. A sense of freedom and ease in your breath. Equal breath in and out. Wherever you are in your pose, slowly make your way back to tabletop position. Left knee coming back down to the mat. And just take a moment's pause before we move to the other side. Just notice how both sides are feeling at the moment, and that your body may have asymmetries. Step now your right foot between your hands. You can pad under your left knee by either folding your mat over or placing a cushion underneath. If you've got a sensitive knee joint on either side, really important to protect the knees. And then come to keep your left hand planted on the mat, or maybe it's on a block or you're resting on your fist. Bend your left knee and take a hold of the foot with your right hand, or maybe you're using your strap. And instead of lifting the hips up to grab the foot, try and sink the hips down and the pelvis closer towards the mat, and take a hold of the foot with the strap or the hand and open up in the right side of the chest, the front side of the right shoulder. A mild twist here. And a lovely opening to the front side of your left leg. Eyes closed down. Connect back to your breath, particularly in these challenging poses. Really connect to your equal breath in and out. Increase the eyebrows. Let any tension that resides in the face release. The jaw, the teeth, the neck, the shoulders. And if there's a lot of pressure in your left wrist, place your hand in a fist or place it on a block and try and release a bit of that pressure. Take 3 more breaths here, feeling your abdomen expand on inhale and contract on exhale, finding a little more twist with each release on exhale. Now release your left foot back to the mat and bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot. We come into this lunge position where we're framing the front right foot. You may be on your block or your fists or even your fingertips. Let the hips and the pelvis feel heavy. With each inhale, completely let the belly be heavy. Let it relax completely. You feel that gentle rhythm of your breath as you exhale and the navel pulls in towards the spine. You may even feel more intensity on the exhale as the navel draws in, increasing the intensity to the left side of your hip flexor or groin. still. Slowly start to make your way out of the pose. Moving your hips back slowly. The right knee connect back down to the mat. And to release some of the focus on the lower body, come down to just lay on your stomach and rest your forehead on your forearms or your hands. And come to just rest in a rebound pose. Legs relaxed, upper body relaxed. Let all of the sensations exist in the body without judging them, just being the witness. Now come into Sphinx pose. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and your hands should be relatively shoulder width apart. When you get there, if it's too intense, just bring your elbows a little bit further forward than your shoulders. Gently lift out of the chest and roll your shoulder blades down your back. There's no tensing in the glutes or the legs. Should feel like a nice back bend to the lower back. It's also a lovely opening for the front side of the body. Gently massaging the colon when you're breathing, feeling the cadence of your breath, gently moving against the mat. Remember that the stomach and the spleen meridian have a focus around digestion. So by gently massaging the colon, just by lying on your stomach, can help with assimilation and also elimination. If you're okay here and you're getting enough sensation, just stay. Your next options are to either bend the knees, which can provide a little bit more of a back bend, Or if you know seal, you can move into seal, where the hands move wide and you push up with the arms straight, the legs will be down. As we move slow and in stages in yin, it allows the connective tissue to just open up without being forced into a particular position. Connective tissue isn't as malleable as muscle, so we need to be gentle and more passive so it gets into the joints. And that's why it's important to be able to relax as much of the body as possible, even when there may be some effort required to hold yourself in a pose. Progressing into seal, if you're already there, that's great. If you're unsure of the pose and feel like you might be ready, the hands come a little bit wider, maybe as wide as your mat. You gently start to push the elbows straight. Again, the glutes and the legs are relaxed here. The more intense the pose, the hands start to walk closer in underneath your shoulders. But don't push your body. If it feels like there's bone grinding on bone, or that you can't breathe in your posture, it suggests that you have moved beyond your edge too quickly. Start to ease your way down to the mat. Come into your rebound posture again. You're just letting your forehead rest on your hands or your forearms. No contraction in the body here. Try not to let your mind drift, and if it does, gently invite it to come back to the present moment and your breath. Connecting to any sensation that may be going on in the physical body, or if there's been any shift in your mood or emotional state. Turn yourself onto your back and locate your strap. Bend your knees and place your feet hip distance on the mat to begin. Whatever you're using as a strap, place it around the sole of your right foot and take the strap in your right hand. And then start to move the leg out to the right. If you get here and you pause and that's enough for your inner thigh, that's great. If you'd like to extend your left leg, that's an option. And maybe you're able to come down a little bit further. So remember that you can use props underneath your right leg, such as a block or cushions to support it, just so that you're able to relax more completely into the lower body. I like to place my left hand on the left leg, the top of the hip crease, just to remind it to relax. While there's some action required in the upper body to hold on to the strap, please let the lower body be as relaxed as it can, so all the benefits can get utilized into the joints of the lower body, the inner thigh, the hips, the hip flexor. You may find your leg gently opening up for you just when you let yourself relax into the posture. You're not trying to pull yourself further, just trying to be as passive as you can. The connective tissue doesn't detect a threat or a strain. Slowly start to bring your leg back to center, maybe rebending your left knee and placing the foot back on the mat. Release the strap from the foot and come to just let both legs extend out on your mat in a rebound shavasana, a counter posture. Just let all of the tissues in the right side body have fluidity back into the joints, into the circulation. Do the same posture on the other side, so starting to bend your knees in. Take a hold of your strap. Place it around the sole of your left foot now. And take the strap, both ends of it in your left hand. You may wish to extend your right leg here. If it feels too intense on this side, just keep the right knee bent and the foot planted on the ground. Then you begin to open out the left leg to the left side, remembering that this side may be completely different to your right side. So be kind with it. If you need a block or a cushion underneath to support, always a great idea. And then I'm just placing my right hand on the hip crease on the right side just to remind that right leg to relax. Reminding the right sit bone to stay connected to the mat and the earth. And the upper body is nice and relaxed as well, even though there is some effort required to hold on to the left strap. Where is your breath at, and where is your mind? Is your breath following mind, or is it the other way around? Try and invite the breath to become equal, to become calm, improving digestion, improving the mental state in the body. If you do have sluggish digestion or have a poor diet that you're not able to assimilate properly, notice whether by doing this class you felt any urges to be hungry, or whether it feels like there has been a reduction in bloating or cramping in the abdomen. One important thing to note is that whenever we do eat, or even when we digest an experience or situation, it's only assimilated well when we're in our parasympathetic nervous system. That's why it's called rest and digest. So in order to digest our food, our information, we need to be in a calm state, as opposed to thinking that there'll be a threat that we need to respond to or react. Make your way out of the posture by bringing the left leg back up to center. Maybe rebending the right knee. Take the strap off to the side. Extend the legs out just to take rest in between. Roll over now to your right side. Come up to a seated position. Have your blocks and your cushions nearby if you need them. And let the legs come wide as we prepare for straddle pose. So not pulling the legs as wide as they can go, but just allowing them to be as wide as they can without effort. And to help move in a forward motion, you may want to sit on a blanket or a cushion to elevate your pelvis so it tilts forward rather than rolling back. Once you find your position, and start to allow your hands to walk forward. And if you get here and that's enough, just stay. If you come down a little bit further, it can be nice to support yourself with blocks or a cushion, resting the palms face up so it's really allowing the upper body to be relaxed. No tension in the head, neck, shoulders or upper body. And the hips and seat are planted on your mat. Release any tension or flexion in the feet. Just let them relax. No engaging in the legs, no tensing. We've really been preparing for this the whole practice. This is our peak posture or straddle. Going all the way into the inner thigh. Lovely opening to the backside body. Just allow your belly to be relaxed on inhale, gently guiding it back towards the spine on exhale. So think of your breath as though it's massaging your organs. Gently nourishing the internal body, physically, emotionally and mentally. It takes several times, moments, and classes and reminders to relax. Most of society requires us to be switched on. We can be overstimulated. So it takes repetitive practice to slow down, to get still. make your practice more internal. Invite your breath back to equal in and equal out. And notice how that shifts your brain and your mental patterning. Slowly start to walk your hands back in wherever you are. And just let yourself rest. Get the spine upright. Just let the hands relax on the thighs for a moment. No tension in the upper body. No tension in the lower body. Our last posture before Shavasana is a beautiful back bending pose that also gets into the inner thigh as well. So the soles of the feet come together and you take your cushions behind you. You may have a bigger stack of cushions, and that's perfectly okay depending on your level of comfort. You place your block either on its middle height or high height, or if you're just needing a very mild back bend today, just go on the low setting. And with your cushions behind you and the soles of the feet together, start to roll back over the cushions. Your inner thighs are prepared for this, and your back is prepared for this. You may need to just readjust the location of your block. So take the time to set yourself up as always. When you get to that place where you're feeling sensation, the thighs, the hips, the back, let yourself settle and be still and melt into the pose. So let gravity take hold here, opening the chest, the head and the neck completely supported. And if your hips are extremely tight, you can place cushions or blocks underneath your knees to support them here. A few more breaths here. Come out of the pose. You can rebend the knees, bringing them back so that the feet are on the floor, hip distance apart. You may wish to roll to the side or gently push up with your hands to come off the block. And your cushions. And we come now to our final Shavasana pose. So choose what you wish to have underneath you. I'm using a cushion underneath the head today and underneath my knees and thighs. you need to do any final postures before coming into Shavasana, just do those now. Otherwise, meeting me in Shavasana, legs extended with hips, heels a little wider than your hips apart. Palms resting face up next to the body. Start to visualize now completely effortless breath. See the breath moving up from inside of the right leg. Moves up towards the crown of the head. As you exhale, it moves from the crown of the head down the right side of the body, the outer right leg. Do this 4 more times. Inhale the inside of the right leg, flowing all the way up along the abdomen to the crown of the head. As you exhale, the breath moves down the side of the face, the neck, chest, and the outer right leg. 3 more times. Inhale. Effortless. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time this side. Bring your awareness now to the left side body, and as you inhale, the breath traces up the inside of the left foot, the left shin, inner thigh, along the abdomen, the chest, all the way up to the crown of the head, and as you exhale, it moves down outside of the left body. 4 more times. Now let your breath just be completely effortless. Feeling the breath moving through both nostrils, equally to both sides of the body. Inhale the awareness from the bottom of the feet all the way to the crown of the head. As you exhale, the awareness moves from the crown of the head down to the soles of the feet. Slowly deepening your relaxation. Breath becoming shallow, effortless. Relax. continue in your Shavasana if your body needs more rest. To come out of the practice, bring your awareness back to the breath, back to the sounds near you, around you, re-engaging with the senses, starting to move the fingers and the toes, rolling over to your right side. Take a few breaths here to ensure that you're not rushing out of your practice. Slowly bring yourself back up to a seated position. You may wish to continue in your own meditation practice. A moment to reflect on how you feel physically, emotionally, and mentally. If there's been any shift in your digestion or your mental state, the body feels more balanced. There's new awareness of imbalances in your body, in your mind, and your breath. Bring the hands to meet in prayer at heart center. Take a moment to acknowledge your practice, to have gratitude for your body as it is in this moment, to be able to practice. To give gratitude to those around you who help make this happen. Namaste. Slowly start to rub the hands together and build some heat in the palms. And just to reground you, place the hands and palms over the eyes. Slowly start to blink your eyes open. Soft gaze down as you start to lower the hands and come back to your surroundings.